Okay. If I can find it, okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 6. I knew it was close. It's one or the other. Chapter 6, verse 20. All right, it says right here. Let's go to verse 15. It says, "Know ye not that your bodies are the members of the Mashiach? Shall I then take the members of the Mashiach and make them a member of a harlot? Yah forbid. What, know ye not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two says he, shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Elohim is one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man do is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh? Know ye not that your body, if your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, how can you be friends of the world then? If your body, if you carry Yeshua, your Mashiach in your body, Yahuwah, that dwells within you, the Ruach HaKodesh, then how can you be friends of the world? You know, that's why Apostle James said, you're an enemy with Yah. Because Yah said the world is nothing but sin anyway. And you want to be a friend of the world. He said, what? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, which is in you, which you have of Yah, and you are not your own. Now, when he talk about soldier of the army, you know what I'm saying? You asked to be in this. Nobody made you to come to Mashiach. Nobody forced you to believe Yeshua Mashiach. You asked. You repented. You asked Yah to cleanse you. You asked forgiveness. He gave you a visitation. You asked. So if you ask, it's not your own. He accepted you. He says right here, he says, which have a Yah, and you are not your own. The reason why you're not your own, for you have been bought with a price. You have been bought. You've been paid for. You've been redeemed. Bought by Yeshua. Yeshua paid the price that you may be a believer of Yahuwah, that you may have your sins washed away, that you may have your name written in the Lamb of life. You might have co-inheritance with Yeshua Mashiach. He paid the price for that. You asked for that. That's why you're not your own. You know, just like he said in the military. I love when you talk about the military. I was in the military. You go to boot camp. When you go to the Metro station and you swear in that you're going to be part of the military, you ain't your own. You swore to the United States, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, wherever you did, the military, to the government, that you give yourself to wherever the government wants to use you for. You are not your own. When you go to boot camp, everything that you have is put in the bag. You are nothing but through your flesh, what you came into the world. That's all for you, man. You don't understand that. What you come into the world, that's what you got. Because the military, they give you your underwear, they give you your clothes, your hat, everything the military gives of them is issued. That's why you call it GI, government issue. That's what you have. You know what I'm saying? In China, Japan, Taiwan, I'm talking about GI, those are government issue. You are not your own. Same with Yeshua. He paid for you. You are not your own anymore. You are rid yourself to Yeshua. You sold yourself and gave everything you have to Yeshua Mashiach. So you are not your own. So you cannot go back to the world. You can't go back and do your things that you wanted, like you thought you could do, and you wanted to do. Because Yeshua has brought you out of that. He paid for you of all that muck and mar and sin and everything that you did. He brought you out of that. He paid the price and put you somewhere new. Now you got to learn the Mashiach. Learn, that's why we talk about his laws, statutes, commandments, judgments, precepts. His ways. Learn his ways, not your ways. His ways are higher than your ways. His thoughts are higher than your ways. And you want to continue on thinking about you, continue on doing your own ways. That's why he says in verse 20 of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, for you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify Yah in your body. Glorify Yah. Like I said, acceptable. What is acceptable things to your body of Yah? How you be glorifying Yah? Praising Yah. Things in your body. Especially same-sex. I'm going to always stay with same-sex marriage. Woman and woman, man and man. You might not like me saying that, but I'm going to speak it all day long. Or having abortions. The baby inside of you, you don't want it, so you have an abortion, so you murder that child. Unborn child. You say you're the Mashiach. You say you're a Christian. You're not your own. Yahuwah don't murder. Yahuwah don't murder innocent children like that. You're supposed to be like him. How can you be murdering somebody, hating somebody, want to kill somebody? Here we go again. I don't know what's up, TV land, with this video thing. I don't know what's going on, but we already know. We already know Satan. Satan has something to do with it. That's all right. All right, praise Yah. I'm praying that it come back. If it comes back, praise Yah. Praise Yah. Excuse me. Let's go to Romans chapter 6. Romans chapter 6, praise Yah. Yeah. Phone don't want to act right. Romans chapter 6. I'm in John chapter 6. Let's go to Romans 6, verse 16. Know ye not to whom you yield yourself servant to obey, his servant you are to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or to obedience to righteousness. But y'all be thanked that you were the servants of sin, but you have obeyed from the heart, that from the doctrine which was delivered to you, being then made free from the sin, you become the servant of righteousness. I speak after the manner of man because of the infirmity of your flesh. For as you have yielded your members servant to uncleanness and to iniquity, unto iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto holiness. For when you were the servants of sin, you were free from righteousness. All right? What fruit have you then in those things whereof you are now ashamed? For the end of things are death. Now I like how it says in verse 21. What fruits have you then in those things whereof you are now ashamed? You should be ashamed of things that you did before you come to Yeshua. Now you're in Yeshua Mashiach. The things that you used to do, you should be ashamed. That's what he's talking about, the things that you did. You know, and the end of those things is death. The things that you did were death. You should be ashamed of those things. You should not be back in those things that you did, that you were ashamed. If you are back in those things, that means you're not ashamed no more. Those things are death. Death. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Let's see if I can get this thing right. Okay. One will get right back. Let's go to Matthew's. All right. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. See if I can do it one more time. If I can get it out there one more time, we are done. Praise Yah. Let's go to, what was that? Romans 8. It's Romans 6, verse 16 to 22. We went to Romans 8. All right. See if we can get this again one more time. And that'll be it. Praise Yah. Romans chapter 8, verse, all right, so we can get this one more time. Praise y'all. 3, 2, 1. We are on again. Praise y'all. All right. Let's see what comes out one more time. Romans chapter 8, verse 4. The righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do the mind the things of the flesh, but they are after the Spirit the things of the Spirit. For to be carnal minded, praise y'all, is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace. Carnal, we at Romans chapter 8, verse 4 and down. Before that, we was Romans chapter 6, verse 16 to 22. Romans chapter 6, verse 16 to 22. Now we are Romans chapter 8, verse 4, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit the things of the Spirit. For to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enemy against Yah, for it is not subject to the laws of Yah. All right, to be carnal minded is enemy against your carnal minded. All right, and we talk about carnal minded people. All right, carnal minded people are things and not the things of the law of the flesh. You doing the things of the flesh, you are carnal minded. That means you're an enemy of Yah, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah, for it is not subject to the laws of Yah. So it means you're not subject to the law. So you are carnal minded. That means you're not being subject to the laws of Yah. You don't have no parts of Yah. Remember, I told you bought with a price. You're not your own. You are Yeshua Mashiach, but you're not subject to the laws of Yah. All right? So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yah. So you are in the flesh, you're not pleasing Yah. You is not. But you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. So be that the Spirit of Yah dwells in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, the Mashiach, he is none of his. I speak that. Praise Yah. Now let's go to our last verse. We'll go to our last verse. You know, I think everybody's sound my voice, and I apologize, but you know how Satan likes to fight me. You already know. When I'm coming out with some material to clean yourself, you know, how to saint yourself in honor with Yahuwah, and how in holiness and honor before Yah, and how to present yourself before Yahuwah, you need to stay away from the world. Point blank. Get away from the world. If you get away from the world, then you'll do good. You know what I'm saying? Be separate, Yah says. We might go to that scripture too, all right? Being separate with Yah. All right, let's go to Matthew Yaakov. Today's chapter 10. All right. Matthew Yaakov chapter 10. Praise Yah. You know, we need to put our mind at this time. People understand, these are the last days and y'all still playing, man. You better come out the world. I don't care if it's your mother, your daddy, your brother, your sister. I don't care if it's your girlfriend. I don't care if it's your wife. If your wife acting up, man, yes, I didn't tell you to leave your wife, but you better get away from the stuff that she's doing, that carnal-minded stuff. If she's carnal, you need to stay away from it. I don't care if it's your wife or your husband. I didn't say no divorce. I didn't say no separation. I'm saying you better get yourself right with Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? And I can go with that one scripture, you know, it tells you, but let's read this real quick, and in Mark, let's go to Matthew Yaakov chapter 10, excuse me. Man, boy, all right. The last book, Matthew Yaakov chapter 10, and it says right here, it says verse 32, Matthew Yaakov 10, 32, it says, whosoever therefore shall confess me for men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me for men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. The sword is his word. There ain't no straight sword. He came with his word. For I am against to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. You know how daughter-in-laws and mother-in-laws, praise y'all. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household, your foes. I'm trying to tell you, we already know where the enemy's at. It's in your household. You know, that's one place. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that takes not his cross and falleth after me is not worthy of me. So if you don't take up your cross, remember, Yeshua took up his cross. Now, Yeshua is God. We got to bear our own cross, our own persecution, our own suffering, our own affliction, our own tormented. Yes, we got to do all that by dying in the world, especially being a sacrifice, a living sacrifice. We are a living sacrifice unto Yahuwah. We are not our own. That is our reasonable service now, what Paul said in Romans chapter 12. Praise Yah. But he that receives you receives me. But verse 38, and he that takes not his cross and fall after me, he is not worthy of me. That's what Yeshua said. He that receives you receives me. He that receives me receives him that sent me. All right, and I start right there again. So I'm sharing with you, you need to take up your cross and follow Yeshua. If you ain't taking up your cross, if you're of the world and in the world, you're not taking up your cross. You're an enemy of Yah. Enemy of Yah because he gave his only begotten Son through the world might be saved. Through the world, and the world might be saved through Yeshua Mashiach. That's why he gave his Son. But you being part of the world, you are going against what Yeshua has did, what Yah has did, the plan of salvation. So you should take up the cross and follow him. All right? That is Matthew chapter 12:10, verse 32 to 40, praise Yah. All right, then I said Romans chapter 8, verse 4 to 10, part of that. But like I said, we must take up the cross and follow Yeshua Mashiach. That's what Yah has called us to do. You know, I love this man that, you know, he said that we are soldiers. We are the soldiers in the army of Yeshua. We are soldiers in this gospel. And if you have been in the military, you should already know how a soldier's been taught, how been trained. That he took everything. When he became into the Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, or what branch, that everything was taken from him. Everything of the world, and he was trained to be in that service. You know, I was trained to be in the Navy, and everything that, from the history of the Navy and to everything I was trained in my and like you said, in my rate, I was trained as a Navy when I trained the world. I was trained to conduct myself and act as a naval personnel. So now we're in the Mashiach. Now you're a son or daughter of Yeshua Mashiach. Now Yahuwah is bringing you into that realm to know of the heavens and how he lived and how he conduct. So we need to come out the world. You know, like you said. And I like how Mr. Forgot his name, Bannon, whatever his name. I'm sorry. I be messing names up. But this dude got a name, but I like he said commit faithfulness. He said faithfulness is a commitment to Yah. Faithfulness is a commitment to Yah, a commitment. If you faithful to Yah, you are committed. Just like you are faithfulness to your wife and to your husband, you are committed. You're not going out there to cheat, to sleep, or do what? You know what I'm saying? When you go out, you come back to your house. You are faithful to your partner. We need to do the same thing with Yahuwah right now. We need to be faithful to Yah. You know what I'm saying? We don't take them to the affairs of the world anymore. You know what I'm saying? We don't be fornicator of the world spiritually or adulterer of the world. Have another partner. You know what I'm saying? Not have another idol. We want to have one Yah. And we love Yah. We be committed to this one Yah. You know, so we don't go and do sacrifices under other groves and other trees, like the children of Israel did. We are no different than Yisrael. All the sins they did, we still do today. Like I said, King Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. All right? Again, I thank everybody that sound of my voice of listening to me this hour. Praise Yah. I thank Yaakov for his goodness and mercy. I thank y'all for that tape, man. I'm going to be listening some more. This preacher, he says the School of Christ of International. This is a preacher, man. And I love that preacher because I was raised on that type of preaching. You know, that's why it sent home to me, because I need to hear that stuff. I don't need to hear all that fake little stuff going on right now, the lazy daisy, lackadaisy, Christian stuff, and preachers speaking soft, and you know what I'm saying? I need somebody to speak hard to me. I want the word to get deep down in my bones and my soul and my mind, so I can continue on walking to Zion. I don't need no soft preaching. You know, like I said, if you're faithful to Yah, you're going to be committed. Faithfulness is commitment to Yahuwah. We got to be faithful these days. Faithful in these hours. Faithful in this time. These are the last days again, church. I'm telling you again, these are the last days. There's no more playing. I got to mention that to you. Start playing. We got to start playing. These are the last days. You better do what you got to do. You better do quickly. Like he told Judas, whatever you got to do, you better do quickly. Quickly now. We ain't got no time to play. Quickly that we do. Okay? Again, to all the members of Bethel Saturday Church, again, I appreciate every one of you, one by one, name by name. And everybody that's sounding my voice on TV land, Facebook, all the churches around. Shalom, shalom to you. All right? And again, I will be speaking to you again on Yom Shishi. And I pray that I have a message. I'm giving you all this nuggets now, but Yahuwah has been dealing with me. All right? Again, I ask everybody to continue to pray for my wife. I believe, little Harrison will be coming out just in the next few days. So we'll be having a new woman, a newbie coming into the world. So pray that he comes out and see the world. All right? May Yahuwah bless you and keep you. May Yahuwah make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. May Yahuwah look his contemplate and give you peace and sure Mashiach's name. May Yahuwah make you ride on a high place of the earth and feed your heritage of Cole, with the heritage of Yosef Cole, with the heritage of Abraham. For the mouth of Yah spoke, with this day forth forevermore in Yeshua Mashiach's name. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Shalom, may Yah bless you and keep you. Blessings of Yah be upon you this day forth and forevermore. Shalom, shalom. Praise Yah. Oh, Yahuwah.